Good evening, everybody, on Thursday, the 14th of July, 11:07 p.m. here in the Eastern Time Zone. And you've probably seen the news already. Los Angeles County in California, home of Governor everyone likes to call Mussolini. They're talking about, and it sounds like it's pretty much decided that sometime between now and next week or so, they're going to be mandating masks again. And I know I'm nowhere near, I don't live anywhere near Los Angeles County. I'm up in Ontario, Canada, but if Mussolini is bringing it into California, it will not surprise me if at some point it happens here. The longer, the better. But here we go again. California, here I do not come. And, you know, it'll make the Karens of the world, those lovely individuals with their Facebook degrees in epidemiology and all their liberal arts confidence, so happy because they love to tell you. We've all heard it. Well, they wear masks in operating rooms. I mean, come on. Yeah, they wear masks in operating room. You see it all the time. Doctors going into the OR, and Doctor Gordon, you're going into OR. You have to put a mask on. Oh, right. And just a second. Let me. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Let me. Here we go. All right, there. Now I'm ready to go into OR. Here we go. This is what you see in OR all the time, right? Hey, can I have a scalpel? Thanks. Over the nose, Dr. Gordon. Oh, sorry. Shut. There we go. You need to pinch it. Oh, yeah, right. There we go. Okay. This is what? Oh, oops. Yeah, I see this in ORs all the time. This is what you see at the grocery store, at the shopping mall, the genius types who wear masks, who love their masks. Oh, dang, I didn't bring a mask yet. Oh, don't worry. Here. I got an extra one. I only wore it once. Such a wonderful, wonderful, sterile, so healthy. Sucking air through this damp, warm stuff. What could go wrong? I mean, everyone knows that when Dr. Fauci, or in Canada, Dr. Theresa Tam, our chief medical health officer, they had said publicly on television that, that masks are medical PPE and they have to be handled and worn properly in a sterile fashion, or else it could make things worse. They were lying. They were just lying. It doesn't matter what you do. Just stick any old thing in front of your face like everyone does, like all the mask wearing Karens do now. And, keep them from blowing their gasket. It reminds me of, here's something for you to look up. Back growing up when I did, back in the 1970s, you would go to the swimming pool, the lake, public swimming areas, and if, goodness forbid, you had a hot dog or something, your mother would say, you can't go swimming for half an hour. Otherwise, you'll get a cramp and drown. Look up the science that was based on. It came out of a Boy Scout, BSA, Boy Scouts of America handbook. And it was based on one case. A child sadly had gone swimming and drowned. And so in writing now, well, they had some, they wrote down a detailed report. And as it turned out, the kid had eaten within half an hour. Well, ipso facto, cause and effect. Maybe they should have taken note of the temperature that day. when it's 72.3 degrees outside, if you go swimming, you could drown, but that's the way our world is. And as I say, not to pick just on women, there are plenty of male versions of Karen out there, and even doctors who want everyone wearing a mask, but I wonder how many of them actually go into an OR. Just because you practice medicine doesn't mean you're a surgeon going into an operating theater where they go through very strict handling procedures when it comes to medical PPE. They don't, they wear gowns, gloves, masks, everything handled sterilely. I mean, we've all seen it. You know how it works. You scrub up, you gown up, you mask up, and you walk in, everything's sterile. You never touch the outside of the mask. It's always over the nose. And when everything is removed, it's done in a very meticulous fashion. The last thing to come off are the gloves, because all the outside material, this is a potentially hazardous environment. Imagine, if you will, that you're envisioning you're in a pathogenic environment, meaning pathogens are around, like, I don't know, virus. And so anything on the outside material in that type of environment can become contaminated with the agent or with the pathogen. So you don't touch your skin never comes into contact with any of the outside material. With your hands still gloved, you remove the mask and everything, and then the gloves are removed in a very careful fashion because the outside of the gloves could be contaminated, and then they're taken off so that the skin never comes in contact with any of the outside material, including the mask. It was more than a year ago. I was at the grocery store shopping, and there was a woman, very nice lady. We were engaged in a nice conversation. She was wearing a mask, and fair enough. If you want to wear one, fill your boots. This was before they were mandated. And she had them on. She was wearing glasses, and she was trying to read the expiry date on the bread she was buying, and she couldn't see it because the mask was fogging up her glasses. So finally what she did is touching the outside material, she pulled it down. Then she looked at the expiry tag. I guess it wasn't good. Then she put the mask back up and returned it to the shelf with the same, talk about cross-contamination. Not that personally myself, I don't care, because I believe in a conspiracy theory known as the human immune system. And I don't believe in messing it up by introducing agents that could potentially weaken it. And one of the things that weakens, that I've read, persistent or sustained levels of heightened stress. So if you're under heightened levels of stress and it's over a protracted period of time, you have a weakening of the immune system. That's one way that the immune system is weakened. Another potential way, there are all kinds of toxic things out there in the world. And it said that the spike protein is sometimes referred to as a toxin, or the toxic spike protein. So anyway, that's my short little video. For once, I'm going to be under 10 minutes. If you liked it, share it. If you want to subscribe, be my guest. I do these from time to time. I feel sorry for the people of Los Angeles, the people of California, hoping that it doesn't happen here. I think it will. I think it will come eventually, by September at the absolute latest. I'm going to go on a little bit longer. I'll try and keep it under 15, because might as well talk about monkeypox as well. I just did some reading on monkeypox and the family of viruses it comes from, which are called orthopox viruses. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. I was just reading up on them on one of my favorite U.S. government websites, which is from the National Library of Medicine, the National Center for Biotechnology Information, a division of the NIH, National Institutes of Health, Anthony Fauci's own. And it talked about the manner in which viruses, the orthopox viruses, spread, modes of transmission. And it talked about the primary one being through droplets and airborne aerosols, microscopic. And as everyone knows now, aerosols can linger in the air for hours. They can travel 30 plus feet. It all depends on the indoor humidity conditions. They're less than a micron in size. How you're going to stop something less than a micron in size with this? Someone could explain that to me. Might as well. Strikes me it's like using a shopping cart to carry sand. But what do I know? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe doctors do go into the OR and treating masks just like the way you see everyone treating masks out in public. Maybe they have it below their nose half the time. Maybe they're constantly manhandling the outside. Maybe they have lunch during, if it's a long OR session, maybe if they're in there for 4 or 5 hours, maybe they sit down in the OR, take the mask off and have lunch, and then put it back on afterwards, as if I don't understand this world. And you can laugh or you can cry. Might as well laugh. So, monkeypox testing is still so darn low. The United States had recently announced that they were going to ramp up testing from 3,000 to 6,000 per day, which I find, can you get any lower? 6,000 per day in a country of 330 million-ish people. 3,000 a day, 6,000 a day, even 10,000 a day. I know that during the COVID era, Ontario, that a province of 14.8 million, so almost 15 million, this province alone, daily testing numbers were on the low end, 20,000 per day. And I believe we got up as high in around 75,000 at the peak of testing. And monkeypox, for the entire United States, they're only testing 3,000 to 6,000 per day. How many cases are out there? It's got as long as a 3-week incubation period. Ontario's reported its first confirmed female case. That's important. First confirmed case. Are there individuals at home sick with monkeypox symptoms who are declining to get tested? I can't say definitively that there are people doing that, but in my opinion, absolutely. The number of people being tested, I think, is a drop in the bucket compared to the number of people who are actually, infected with the virus and displaying symptoms of it. But the way it's being reported as being almost exclusively among men who have sex with men, MSM, fitting acronym. Used to be MSM stood for mainstream media. Now it stands for men having sex with men. Seems to me, in either way, whether you're talking about it as mainstream media or the other, someone's getting whatted. Anyway, 14 minutes and 50 odd seconds. We'll end it here. Good night, everyone. See you in another day or two, probably.